Here is my recap on Titans Season 3, Episode 1. All right, I'm a big DC fan. I do DC updates on my channel every week, and I'm going to be reviewing this show as I watch each episode and as it comes out week to week. The first 3 episodes dropped today, and I figured I'd do a review on the first one. And I'm telling you, I'm not real happy with this. I want to talk about the problems I've had with the first couple of seasons. The writing is subpar. And I was shocked to find out at the end of this episode that Geoff Johns is one of the main writers on this. And I think it's time for them to just cut ties with Geoff Johns. He obviously is not up to par with his writing on this. And he's toxic. The stuff that happened with the Justice League reshoots and everything that involved him and with Joss Whedon, like these guys need to be gone. And it's disgusting that DC, Warner Brothers is still holding on to these individuals. He should not be involved in anything. And there's a lot going on with that. If you guys want me to do a video on what's happened, I can do that. But you can also look online and definitely read what's happened with Geoff Johns and that whole debacle. You can actually go look up Ray Fisher's Twitter account, and you'll see a lot of what happened. But let's talk about this here. So in the first season, it was lazy. The season just ended without a resolution. And then season 2 started, and it had a very poor resolution to the villain in the season. It was just really not well done. And then at the end of season 2, Donna Troy gets killed when Superboy could have easily saved her, but he did nothing. None of this makes any sense. They were all there. He could have been saved. So I go into this wondering how the writing is going to be. Obviously, by the trailer, they're doing the Red Hood storyline this season. And this is back to when I started watching comics, and what got me interested in Batman to begin with was the Death in the Family storyline back in 1987. Those were the first Batman comics I read, and I've been collecting Batman ever since. So I know the history with these characters and what to expect. And I was not happy at all with how this was executed. Like, it was poorly written and poorly executed. This show has amazing production values. It looks fantastic. The filming is fantastic. What kills it is the story and some of the dialogue. I'm going to talk about how juvenile a lot of this was. The beginning was great. It showed the team working together as the Titans. Obviously, some time has passed, and you've got the Titans working together. The city knows who they are, and it had a really good opening. You even got to see Crypto, the super dog. And the beginning was good, but that was it. After that, it just completely falls apart. I don't know what they were thinking, but the next scene is Jason Todd. He's kind of figured out where the Joker is and wants to go take him out, but Bruce is out of town and won't be back till the next day. But he has a conversation with Bruce. Bruce tells him, do not go after the Joker. Don't do it. So he's got some kind of drug that he inhales that you find out later he's been manufacturing this drug. And it kind of makes him stronger, enhances his abilities, whatever. And he feels like he can go after the Joker. So he does. And this is where things go off the rails. He gets the Joker. He goes to where the Joker is. It's an abandoned amusement park out. Kind of looks like it's out by the docks in a big open area. Okay, keep this in mind. It's a big open area like on the docks. And off to one side, you have a cop that obviously had the Joker gas, and he's tied up, which kind of startled him a little bit, which I don't know why he would be startled by that. He's been Robin. He's dealt with the Joker before. And then all of a sudden, this amusement park figure off to the side starts to go off like electricity was, restored. And he turns and he's kind of startled by that just a little bit. And then all of a sudden, the Joker's there. And I don't know how the Joker could have gotten there that fast. If you see how big and open this area is, I don't know where the Joker would have been hiding. But all of a sudden, Joker is there and knocks Jason just across the head, and he knocks down, and all of a sudden, he just beats him to death right then and there. Really poorly executed. Not even Jason Todd would have had this kind of a problem dealing with the Joker. Like, this was the cheapest way they could have killed this character off. Very, very poorly done. I can't believe how they executed that. Then it leads to Dick Grayson going back to see Bruce. Bruce doesn't seem all that upset, which I think is crazy. He is, but he's not showing it. The acting by Bruce in this episode was terrible. Stone-faced the whole time. I'm not really happy with the guy they chose to be Bruce to begin with, because he's just too skinny and too scrawny to be Batman. And later on, you find out that he actually goes and bashes Joker's head in with a crowbar. And he said the whole time the Joker was laughing in the very last scene is him telling Dick, I'm leaving. I'm done as Batman. You could do a much better job than I am. You could see things better than I could. I'm done. And he walks off and he leaves. What? None of this makes any sense. Like, it's poorly done. This episode was called Barbara Gordon because they introduced Barbara Gordon. She was clearly shot by the Joker. She has history with the Joker. She's in the chair. She's also the commissioner. And we find out that its father is dead. Her father is dead in the cheapest way possible. It's through some really cheesy dialogue where you've got Bruce, you've got Dick Grayson, you've got Barbara Gordon all in the mansion, and they're having a conversation about Jason and things that happened in the past. And all of a sudden things go south. They get mad at each other. And Bruce mentioned something about her father, Commissioner Gordon, how they used to have better lines of communication open and how he doesn't have that with her. And she goes on to say, well, my father died after having a heart attack, after being frozen in ice by some guy with a refrigerator on his back. And Bruce said, that was Mr. Freeze. She says, I know. And I'm sitting there going, what? What is this? This is like the most juvenile. The way that whole scene was executed, the dialogue was juvenile. This is really bad writing, like really bad writing. And which is crazy because the rest of the show has this amazing production value, but this was terrible. You also had Beast Boy having a conversation with himself. We don't know where Raven is. She's not in the beginning at all. And then you find out through him having a conversation with himself back and forth, which was weird. He reveals that, Raven is off trying to find a way to bring Donna Troy back to life. Like, that's the only way they could get that information out. It was like really poorly done. I don't know what they're doing. They're taking this epic storyline and they're doing this in the most cheesiest way they can possibly do it. It's like, as a fan, this is hard to watch. To watch them take this amazing story and ruin it like this. This is really bad. This is worse than them doing an animated feature and like chopping all this stuff out. They could tell a really compelling story, but they're choosing not to. And the very final scene is Starfire, and she has this vision. She doesn't actually see Jason, but she knows it has to do with Jason. And she has this weird vision. Again, it looks like these people are wheeling somebody on a gurney, and you assume it's Jason, but Bruce said he was buried in a plot. So this all happens within a couple of days, the beginning does, but we don't know how much time passed between season 2 and now. They don't give any indication, but everybody's got new costumes. Starfire looks incredible. I don't know. This whole thing, I'm hoping it gets better, but I don't have high hopes. The writing is the worst thing in this show. It has been since season 1. All the episodes are compelling, but they don't know how to weave a cohesive story. It's like every episode is disjointed and it doesn't join real well. So I give this a 2 out of 5 stars, this first episode. Like, I don't know what's going on. I really hope they do a much better job going forward. I will be reviewing each of these episodes. There are 3 episodes up now. I will get to them as quickly as I can. They will all be done within the next week for sure. And then I will be reviewing it week to week as the episodes get released. But the first 3 are up now on HBO Max. The one thing that I did not like about the episode is they throw the F word out here left and right. I thought I was watching Doom Patrol. I mean, it was so bad. They were giving it out like it was candy in this episode, which was completely unnecessary. Again, if you have so much language in there like that, it shows you don't know how to write a story. Take that time to write a more decent story. Tell us something that's more engaging. This just was poorly executed. There's no 2 ways about it. I'd like to know what you guys thought of this first episode. I thought it was best word is juvenile. The writing is absolutely terrible. I cannot believe Jeff Johns is a part of this. They need to cut ties with this guy already and bring people in who can do this show justice. They've got all the parts there. It's just the writing is the part that's dragging it down. All right, we'll see you guys on the next recap and review on episode 2, which will be up shortly.